Then go up north and use the level 7 card to leave building 2 and into the desert. Equip the compass so you can find your way through here and avoid the scorpions. If they touch you, you'll be poisoned and you'll need to take the antidote to stop your health from decreasing. Use the same strategy that you used to avoid the dropping bombs. Keep yourself against the edge of the screen and switch over when a scorpion gets near you while going north. You'll reach the lineup of trucks with a bunch of guards that will attack you. Big Boss calls and tells Snake to go into the truck on the right. So you go in and... Fuck off, I'm outside building 1 again? Why the hell did Big Boss tell me to go into that truck? Is he high? Needless to say, you don't want to go in that truck. In fact, you don't even really need to go into any of these trucks. Half of them drive you way the hell back to East Butt Rape, and the only ones that have any reason to go in are the center truck on the left side and the far left truck on the right side. Each of them have ammo you can stock up on, but you'd have to be starving for ammo to want to go through all that bullshit. And you have to be suicidal to go into the one on the right side. 3 guards will jump your ass. So I suggest not to bother and just use the level 7 card to get in. You'll get ambushed by guards as soon as you get in. Big Boss will call you and tell you to enter the door on the left. Really now, it's the only other door in the room. After killing the guards and using the level 1 card to get in, you'll be caught in a room with one of these freaking trap doors. What the fuck? Big Boss, what the hell's the matter with you? You trying to sabotage me here? So don't go in that door. After you kill the guards, punch these walls until you find the sweet spot and blow it up. On the next screen there'll be a few trap floors before the elevator, so weave your way around them and down the elevator, which will take you all the way down to the 100th floor basement. When you get to the next room, Jennifer calls you and tells you that there's an oxygen cylinder behind the wall. So avoid the cameras, punch the wall down here, blow up the wall, and grab the cylinder. Now you can swim through the deep waters in the drainage ditch, so head back to building 2, equip the oxygen tank, and swim through the water until you hit this land portion. Kill the guards, and when you advance north, walk in this vicinity so you don't end up on the electric floor. Use the remote control missile to take out the panel, use the level 1 card to get into this door on the left, and stock up on ammo. While you're in here, Schneider will call you and tell you that he knows who the boss of Outer Heaven is, but right before he lets you in on the information, he starts screaming and his signal cuts out. What the hell's going on here? Exit the room, blow up the panel again, and use the level 7 card to open this room, where you'll encounter Coward Duck. Now, if this asshole's name is a take on Howard the Duck, then this is officially the worst character in the history of Metal Gear, bar none. Coward appropriately shields himself with hostages and chucks boomerangs at you. I guess he's using steel boomerangs, or he's just got a really deadly throw. Jennifer calls you up to tell you that Coward Duck has the level 8 card, and that her brother is one of the hostages. You know, to take some of the pressure off. If you kill any of the hostages, your star rank will drop. Aside from the boomerang, there's also a trap floor in the middle of the room. So go around it, level yourself up with Duck, and shoot him with the handgun. Use rations if you need to. Once you finish him off, rescue the POWs, and one of them will tell you that he's Jennifer's brother, and he tells you to use the left ladder when escaping. Grab the level 8 card and make your way back to the end of building 2. Now you're getting toward the home stretch, so if you're low on explosives or rations, stock up on them before you go back to the 100th floor basement. When you get back, avoid the lasers that are shot from the cameras, and use the level 8 card to get into this room and free the POW, who tells you that Big Boss is the leader of Outer Heaven. That son of a bitch! I wonder why he was fucking everything up. Anyway, head off to the other side and Big Boss will call you telling you to abort the mission and shut off your MSX. Yeah, fuck you, buddy. Getting past these cameras without taking damage from the lasers is pretty much impossible, so use your rations when you need to and use the level 8 card on the door at the end of the corridor. Equip your gas mask before getting into the room so you don't breathe in all the fumes. If you use the level 8 card to go into this door, you'll end up in this small room with nothing but a trap floor, so don't bother with that shit. Instead, punch the wall over here to find the spot to blow it up, then avoid the trap and use the level 1 card to get into the next room, which is loaded with mines. Equip the mine detector so you can see the mines and move your ass through this room as quickly as possible and use the level 1 card to get through. As if you didn't take enough unavoidable damage, this room has an electrified floor with no panel, so you have no choice but to run through it. And the next room is Metal Gear. It's being protected by 2 cameras with lasers, so get your explosives equipped and be ready to input the combination Petrovich gave you, which is right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, right. And then the last one that somehow slipped his mind is right. You're supposed to guess that one, and if you guess wrong, you may even wonder if you fucked up the combination somewhere, so you might have to try it several times. On top of that, you have to avoid the cameras that'll shoot the lasers. Whichever foot you're going for, wait for the camera on that side to get as far away from Metal Gear as possible, and then run across from as far away as you can. It'll buy you the most time that way. After destroying Metal Gear, an alarm goes off and Outer Heaven's self-destruct mechanism becomes activated. The numbers displayed at the bottom of the screen is accurate with the self-destruction timer, so if the time runs out, you're dead. You'll enter the next room and encounter Big Boss, who explains that you were sent here to collect false information about Metal Gear, and now that you've accomplished too much, he's gonna blow up the entire fortress and take Solid Snake down with him. Diane calls and tells you that she has no idea how to defeat Big Boss, and then almost confesses to loving Solid Snake, but then withdraws and claims that it was a mere nothing. Alright, so on to the battle with Big Boss. He's fast as shit, but he won't come down from behind the crates up top, so get behind the crates down below and equip your rocket launcher. Big Boss will fire and then retreat back behind the crate. So the key here to connecting your shots is timing. Sometimes he'll fire one shot at a time, but generally he'll fire 2 shots quickly and then sporadically alternate between the left and right sides of the crate you stay behind. The best bet is to anticipate his double shot and fire your rocket so you have just enough time to dodge the bullet that's about to hit you. Remember that you can't dick around, you have a time limit to keep an eye on, but for whatever reason smoking cigarettes will buy you some time. After killing him, move quickly through the door and climb up the left ladder and you'll get a cutscene of Snake running away from Outer Heaven as it explodes. Then Snake radios in confirming that Metal Gear and Outer Heaven have been destroyed and the mission is accomplished. The credits will then roll, and when they finish you'll see a message from Big Boss saying he's still alive and that he'll take Solid Snake down. This post-credit dialogue would become a recurring closer to future Metal Gear games. So the original Metal Gear was definitely not perfect, but it was ahead of its time and it planted the seeds for one of the most critically acclaimed franchises of all time. Most North American audiences never got to truly play this original version of Metal Gear until it was included in an expansion version of Metal Gear Solid 3 in 2006. It was ported to the NES, but a lot of it was changed, including increased difficulty, a change in setting of the intro, and worst of all, replacements for the 2 most important bosses. Big Boss is never the traitor, some uninspired fuck named Colonel Katafi instead. And worst of all, Metal Gear itself is replaced with a supercomputer. This isn't Digigear, it's Metal Gear, meaning that it's made of metal. And anybody who knows anything about Metal Gear knows that it's a walking mechanical battle tank. The MSX version is widely considered the real Metal Gear. And although Konami produced a non-canon side-scrolling sequel called Snake's Revenge for the NES, the real sequel to Metal Gear was released for the MSX in 1990 called Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. If you're a fan of the Metal Gear Solid series and you haven't played these earlier MSX games, then owe it to yourself to try it out. And that wraps up this edition of Aqualung's Game Reviews. See you next time.